So every morning there is an auntie that is outside clapping her hands at 8 a.m. exercising, and it really inspired me. And I thought to myself, you know what? I need to exercise more. So here's a video of all the ways I exercise in Singapore. So one thing about me is that I used to never like doing things alone. And when I got to Singapore, I just love riding by the water. And it was really hard to find someone to ride bikes with me after work. So I just started doing it by myself. Once a week, I will ride my bike around Kallang River and just enjoy the views. As you can see, I am someone who really loves the sunset, and I just love that Singapore makes these views accessible to anyone, regardless of your background, your age, or your status. I mean, look at these views. Aren't they incredible? My friend's condo also has a tennis court, so I've been also picking up my racket and hitting with her. I just finished playing tennis today. As you see, I got my racket. My friend lives in a condo here in Red Hill, so I was just playing tennis for an hour or so, and I'm starving, waiting for a bus. Oh, that's not my bus. My friend also bought Ring Fit, which is part of the Nintendo Fitness. As you can see, it's actually really hard, and you have to do all these different exercises like squatting, lunges, etc. Oh my god, Sam is making me exercise. But first, champagne. When I want a quick workout, I'll go to my condo's gym. I've been really into jump roping because it helps tone your calves, it tightens your core, it improves your lung capacity, and it helps with posture. Also, you can't forget the abs because it's bikini season all day, every day in Singapore. So, funny story, I actually only wear Asics ever since high school, and then my sister liked them so much, like these shoes particularly, that she decided to buy them, and then also get my mom a pair. So now everyone in the household has my Asics shoes. And then there's a rooftop area that I like to sit and just hang out for a bit, normally to stretch or just be really lazy and enjoy the view from here. I'm a big fan of parks and nature reserves, and Singapore has a really great website for you to find the next place for your adventure. We decided to check out the green corridor at Bukit Timah. I will be going on a hike later with Catherine and Shilpa. We're going to Clementi Forest, and I'm actually really excited. Normally, my Sundays are reserved for nature immersion days, where I round up a group of my friends and we go hiking somewhere new in Singapore. We all first met at King Albert Park, MRT, so that we could walk the green corridor together. There is a first stop along the track, which is the abandoned old Bukit Timah Railroad Station. The trail actually spans from Bukit Timah to Alexandria, covering a full 8 kilometers that is currently open. There was some construction going on, but the road itself is very easy to walk, and it's really paved for everyone of all fitness levels. So you can bike, you can run, you can walk, you can skip. It's just a really beautiful nature reserve. My friend asked me if I knew what mimosas were, and I was like, yeah, the Sunday brunch drink. And then she laughed and pointed to the ground. She was talking about these plants, which are called mimosas, also known as sensitive plants. So what they do is they actually close during darkness and reopen in light. And if you also touch it, it closes up as well. Is this like what you guys do when you're kids?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Is there a specific place you guys would do this? Or just
school. Yeah.
I will have to say this nature reserve is probably one of my favorite places I visited in Singapore. I just like the sound of it.
It seems quite far.
I can just hear myself think here a lot more clearly. Survival needs. These are very nice homes. After the hike, we went to Murugan Idli shop for some delicious Indian food, and we got dosas. You should definitely check it out. So I've been thinking a lot about what I want in the next 1 to 5 years. We don't really have that many options to figure out our goal planning or our life planning because of COVID. Things can change in any second, but I just feel like I need to plan some things. So taking this weekend to figure out where it is I want to go in terms of my career, even content creating. I feel like doing these YouTube videos are really fun, and I hope they add value to some people when they're coming to Singapore. But I need to think about more about like my own career trajectory and figure out if I want to stay in tech, if I want to move into a more like content focused role, if I want to go back into marketing or community management. There are so many things on the table right now that I need to figure out. And oh my god, it is so windy right now. Yeah, I'm just by the window because the lighting is good. But yeah, I had this Clubhouse chat with a few friends, and one of the questions that was raised is, how do you manage stress? How do you manage stress? Because all of us obviously go through stress at some point of our lives. And one thing she mentioned that was interesting to me was that, see every challenge as some sort of game and like gamify it. If you're going through a hardship, think, okay, well, I'm the main character. There are all these external things happening to me. How do I challenge them? How do I win against these external factors? So that was interesting because you're like removing yourself from that like mental head block that you're probably in because of the stress. I'm gonna sit down. And then I realized, I was like, I feel like I'm always stressed out on like so many things. And when I step out into like a third person point of view, then I definitely become a little bit more thoughtful in my decision makings. I stop and I pause and I really have the headspace to think about certain things more. So for me, the way that I'm managing my stress at this moment is I'm carving out time for myself to plan, to consider all of my options, not just one, not to execute as quickly anymore, because I feel like I'm known for my execution. A lot of my friends are like, oh, Emily, you're just like on the go all the time. And I can see it being a good thing, but it's also a bad thing when I don't have the time to figure out what it is that I want. So I feel like stress has also been, it's gotten better with exercise. Exercise has helped me tremendously. So I do spin cycling at Absolute, and that has helped me alleviate like the built up, like pent up stress that has been going on in my life. And also just breathing more. Like before I sleep, I will breathe. I like put my hand on my stomach and then I breathe to like the fall and the rise of my stomach. And that's actually how I fall asleep every night. That and just doing more breathing exercises. Sometimes late at night I sit outside and I just have a glass of wine and I'm just staring out in the space and I'm thinking, and I'm also kind of regulating my breathing. So yeah, I feel like this entire month needs to be focused on my mental health and my physical health. I'm starting to notice people say like, oh, Emily, you look really tired, and Emily, you need to get some rest. And these are people who care about me and are telling me these things. So I realized like I just need to pay attention more to my own body and to my friends who can obviously see that something's going on. So yeah, just working on that. And I feel like for those who don't know, I'm a huge open book. Like there are a lot of things that I will talk about, and I don't shy away from spilling out things that I think about. I'm very opinionated, and I can really shoot the shit. But I think when it comes to anything that makes me seem like less than strong, or anything that makes me feel vulnerable or weak, I don't like talking about those things. And it's just something I'm working on, and I feel like, I don't know, maybe talking in front of a camera will help alleviate some of that, because I have something to talk about and in front of. But other than that, yeah, this weekend a lot of it will be around journaling, writing, reading. I'm gonna go eat dinner with friends, and that's it. And I'm not cramming all of these things in one weekend. Whoever's watching this, I hope that you are able to rest physically and mentally, but also get out there and enjoy the sun, enjoy the fresh air, and enjoy the nature. Go get some nature immersion. Go do something that is not related to your phone or your laptop. Anyways, hope you liked this video, and if you want to follow along, click subscribe, and see you soon.